What's up, y'all? Benty here. We back with another one. We pulled these revolvers a little bit ago, bro, and we actually got the mastery up in them as well to 100. So we're going to fully showcase what the revolvers do for y'all today here in Honey Zombies. Um, I hope that y'all enjoying a new update, such as I am, and we're going to get up in here and show y'all what these weapons do. Okay? So here's the thing, bro. The revolvers are nice. Okay? They are classed as a divine weapon, as y'all see there. I personally would not class them as a divine. There are so many better divine weapons compared to what the revolvers do, and they are also missing a few things to actually put them on par with the divine weapon. Specifically, there's two key reasons these revolvers are not really rocking with me, even though I'm a gun main in most games. I do love, using range weapons against zombies, but these revolvers, even compared to dual guns, are just missing a few things, and there's two key things that they're missing for me. Um, for one, the X ability gives you reload, which is what it specifies inside of the update notes. The reload itself doesn't actually reload the gun. The gun's always full with ammo. Your abilities never actually rely on an ammo system or anything. So that reload is solely there to give you an ability that reduces your cooldowns by 3 seconds. Now, here's the thing about that, bro. If y'all are playing Hunty Zombies, most of y'all are already rocking max cooldown. If you not, then you're already missing out because all of your damage in this game anyway comes from you actually using your weapon skills. So due to that and us having so many cosmetics, pets, etc. that rely or give us on use passive, etc., more cooldown, having an ability that reduces the cooldown of this weapon by 3 seconds is kinda counterintuitive because we're already stacking cooldown, right? If anything, I would recommend, if it was possible, to give this also a sub buff, like a strength buff, another regen buff, or something like that, that gives it a use outside of just the cooldown that so many, if not majority, of the players already stack in this game, right? Um, the point number two that I would say about this weapon is that both the Z and the C move do not at this very moment display any type of hit registration or damage indicators. Obviously, I know that this is possibly due to a bug or something along those lines, um, but you don't actually know that things are dying when you would know it with a damage indicator. Obviously, you'll see it drop dead in front of you, but I'm saying it's missing the element of, hey, you know what damage this is actually doing to an enemy, right? So, past that, these weapons are actually pretty nice. I would say their most used case is going into things like campaign, endless, payload, something like that outside of raids. These are not at all raid weapons. They don't do enough damage to bosses. Your boy tested it out on Hell Shogun raid just to see what it would do. The Z tap alone did 300,000 damage to him, and Z hold, which is a sub move for this weapon, only did 170k damage. Now, the Z tap itself fires a spread of 6 shots in front of you. Um, and then the Z hold pretty much combines those 6 shots into a shotgun like blast. That's pretty much the most damaging move that I've done with this weapon to anything other than the mastery move, which is Death Mark. Death Mark, which is the mastery move, it is going to apply a X above their head, at which point then the gun itself shoots a single shot at all of those X's, and it pretty much just obliterates whatever the X is on. It's called Death Mark for a reason. They kind of cooked with that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, However, bro, the C move, it's called rebounding bullets, and all this information is on their Discord server, by the way. So if y'all ain't in there, go check them out. But rebounding bullets, in a sense, it fires all the shots out of the gun, which is an unwritten number of how many it actually fires out for the C move. But it fires them all out in quick succession, and each of those bullets that come from the C move now bounce and ricochet between walls, objects, and enemies. Meaning, if you understand trajectory, then the C move is going to be a little bit more fun trick shot and whatnot for you. If you're into that type of thing, realistically, you can just simply look at an enemy, press C, and all those bullets are just going to go straight through them anyway until they find a wall or they find something that they're going to bounce off of and then potentially hit other things. That's what I at least want to advise in regards to the current move set and things like that. The ultimate itself, it it throws a handful of coins in the air, bro, and it does like a, just a scatter rain of, shots to those coins. And I guess it's taking the premise off the C move. Those just ricochet off of those coins, and it's just gonna create this big AoE around you. Um, the AoE itself has a lingering hitbox, so if you can run up into some more enemies, it's also going to do damage to them. But it's not as long as a lingering hitbox like Wizard's Z, or for instance Reaper size C. But overall, the weapon itself is pretty cool. Your boy got the neon gun. It gives it a little bit of style and flair. It gives a little bit of, coloration and whatnot in there. Um, but I would, like I said, classify this weapon as a mythic. I would not technically put it in a divine, but at least it is a good weapon for you doing any type of grinding situation outside of raids. But we're going to go up in here real quick in a hell campaign on the island, and we're going to actually showcase the weapon moves and whatnot with the mastery and everything. Now, we are running on buffs in here, okay, because admin abuse is up as I'm recording this video. Y'all going to see a crazy number when it comes to my money and things like that. Look, bro, we're on my farming boat loadout. You already saw in previous builds, for my Hunty Zombies Immortal build, I get 4 million for any hell run that I go into just right off rip, okay? So just don't worry about it, okay? We just know we stacked up in here, okay? I'm getting 300% coin bonus now. That was before I was getting 292%. So we're going to go up in here and showcase these weapons for you, and I hope that y'all enjoying the update, bro. Let's do this. Alright, bro. We up in here. Hell campaign on the island. So again, these weapons are pretty nice for what they are. Like I said, they got a little bit of, issues with them that are, kind of keeping them from really truly being a divine. But I feel like if they got a little buff or a little, at least, bug fixes here and there, they'd be up to par, bro. But we're going to go ahead and showcase this for you. Here's the M1s, okay? Fires out 6 shots, and then it sounds like it reloads or has a delay, as you see there. Alright. Again, the Z has 2 variations. So here's your tap. Again, it fires 6 in front of you, and a spread, as you see there. That spread. And then, obviously, if you hold the Z, it combines all those 6 into like a shotgun blast. With a little bit less range is what I've seen, but here's this. There you go. Okay. Now, the reload, honestly, bro, it's not. They ain't cooking on the reload, bro. It's a 3-second cooldown for your Z and C ability and possibly your V. Again, we automatically default to stacking cooldown because we're already trying to spam abilities in Honey Zombies because all of our damage comes from, using our skills. So not having even a buff with this is kind of just, it's a little bit lacking. I ain't gonna lie to you. Even with Priest, which is a legendary weapon, I can press X here and you see it gives me a regen for 10 seconds. So that's at least something on top of that move also doing damage. The X on Revolver solely reloads. There's no damage, there's no nothing, and you're just getting a little bitty 3-second cooldown on stuff that's already coming off cooldown. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of missing a little bit there. But again, here's your ricochet for the C. So as you see, all those different bullets just bounced off everything. Again, bro, you don't really have to truly worry about the ricochet and trajectory if you don't want to. If y'all want to do cool trick shots and whatnot and just having fun, you could do things like this and bounce it off a wall over there, knowing that it'll go that way essentially. But you can just aim at a zombie, press E, and all those bullets that go through that zombie and then ricochet onto other stuff. The V move itself, I can't showcase just using it, but I can showcase it on the enemies. So what it does, it puts an X above their head, and again, the gun itself shoots a single shot, and then it obliterates all of them with the X. So here's the V, and there you go. That's pretty much it. It's called Death Mark. We'll show that again real quick for y'all, just in case. There we go, and there's the V, and they're dead, right? Death Mark. Now, we'll go ahead and also tell y'all this. Again, for raids, this is nowhere near an optimal weapon for raids. The C move Ricochet can also miss enemies. I would say the more reliant move is the tap Z if you guys are going to farm with this weapon. I would not recommend using Hold Z because again, your boy tested it in raids. The Hold version only did 170,000 to a boss, whereas the Z Tap did 300k. So that's a complete difference in damage. That's 130,000 damage different from a tap to a hold. And again, we're fully maxed out over here. Got our full grind build on, and the weapon itself is max mastery. So I would say if you're going to go in and farm anything, you can use the C, and it can ricochet and kill everything, but then you can go into an area and use C and it not hit everything. So there's that chance, bro, but your more reliant is using the Z tap instead of the C, just solely for the fact that that ricochet, as you see there, not always going to guarantee. Death Mark is a guarantee to kill pretty much whatever you're looking at, but the issue with Death Mark that I've seen is that sometimes there's just so many enemies in front of you, it might not put a mark on all of them, right? So like if I come over here and activate Immortal just so I can jump behind, I maybe was out of range there. We'll give it a second here. That's my fault. I've got too much movement speed, as you see. I wish there was a way to reduce my own movement speed without taking off the cosmetics that I want to have on. Cause just having too much movement speed. Yeah, see that we missed that guy back there, and then we missed the guy that was closer to us with the V Death Mark. But yeah, bro, I wish there was a way to reduce my own movement speed, especially when I'm farming and trying not to go off the edges and whatnot. Just solely for the fact that farming efficiently, you want to move efficiently, right? I'm not moving efficiently, I'm just moving super fast. There we go again. We hit everything with the V, and they just died, bro. Now, I love this part in this showcase. The map's night. This gun has a lot of flair when it comes to its bullets. So here's the C move now, bro. It's almost like a light show, and I like that. You know, seeing the bullets ricochet even for the Z. Now I know that's just the lighting effect and whatnot that makes it shine a little bit better, but I would say in a night aspect of using weapons, this weapon's pretty nice for what it does, especially when you get into a good area and you get all them bounces around you. It's very pleasing when you can see all them bullets and they just shredding up zombies and whatnot. But again, it's not going to be something that's a guarantee that kills them all, right? So don't rely on that C move if y'all going to use this to farm. I would say, like I said, rely on that Z move, not the C. Past that, it is a good update. I like it. I like the quality of life changes and whatnot that they've done. I thought it was very funny that they like, oh well, quality of life update was that we updated the AFK NPCs fit or something like that. And you know, to go and check them out, it was kind of like the old one in the old map. But past that, I mean, it's a very nice update for what it is. I would just say that the revolvers themselves are needing a little bit of a touch up for them to truly be classed as a divine weapon. I mean, even for the worst divine weapons that we don't use, you would probably use those divine weapons over revolver. I would say it's probably bottom tier when it comes to the revolvers, unfortunately, but they are still a good weapon to use. Just for you chilling, farming, playing the game, having fun, you know what I mean? That's all this ever is a fun game, right? But yeah, bro, this is the revolver showcase that I wanted to bring to y'all. Now, I don't know exactly what the next step is for me in Honey Zombies as far as what I'm gonna do. It may just be a grinding video or something like that, just to, you know, play with viewers, play with Bobby, etc. Carry, do some carries and some raids, etc. Um, but I mean, past that, bro, we really just chill in Hunty Zombies. I mean, it's a zombie game after all. So if y'all want to run endless, if y'all want to go in, do some raids, get some payloads in, like I'm with it. We can definitely go in and do some grinding, bro. I don't know how much more I will use these revolvers though, because like I said, there's so much better things as far as meta and things that you can use. I would recommend, if you got them, use Wizard when you're farming. The Wizard Z by itself is so much better. Um, we missed something. Oh, okay. The Wizard Z is so much better when it comes to farming, and if you got max cooldown, it's just going to shred through stuff. We'll go ahead and showcase this mastery though, okay? So here we go. Shooting the coins, and like I said, it's almost like a lingering AoE, and it doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but like I said, bro, it's a pretty nice move visually. um I would say the only thing on this that truly does damage is possibly the Z move and the mastery, right? But past that, you know, like I said, the C, it's missing a lot, and the Z hold, it does do damage, but it's nowhere near the damage of just Z tap. But yeah, bro, I do hope that y'all enjoyed. We put a death mark on the boss there, and he just died. That's one of the next strongest moves. But I do at least hope that y'all enjoyed this showcase for the new revolvers that came out. And I do hope to catch y'all in the next one. Peace, peace.